She was adopted as a little girl, accused of being a full-grown woman, abandoned. And now, in 2025, the truth is darker, stranger, and more twisted than anyone imagined. This is the final chapter of Natalia Grace, and it will shatter everything you thought you knew. Natalia Grace was born in Ukraine with a rare form of dwarfism called spondylopiphyseal dysplasia congenita. In 2010, Christine and Michael Barnett of Indiana welcomed her into their home, believing she was around 6 or 7 years old. For a while, it was the picture of a perfect adoption story. But then, the cracks began to show. The Barnetts claimed they saw signs she was much older. Signs of puberty, unsettling behavior, and, according to them, chilling threats whispered in the dark. They told friends they feared for their lives. And then they did something almost unthinkable. They went to court and convinced a judge to change her birth year from 2003 to 1989, legally transforming her from a child into a 22-year-old adult overnight. Soon after, they moved her into a small apartment and left the country for Canada. If Natalia was truly a child, she had just been abandoned. If she was an adult, the Barnetts insisted, she was dangerous. Prosecutors charged them with felony neglect, but with the altered birth certificate in hand, the case collapsed. Years later, a DNA test suggested Natalia was indeed born in 2003, meaning she may have been just 9 or 10 years old when she was left to fend for herself. In 2023, a new chapter began. Natalia was adopted again, his time by Antoine and Cynthia Mans, a pastor and his wife with 10 children. At first, it seemed like the happy ending she had been denied. But behind closed doors, the story took another dark turn. In the 2024 docuseries, Natalia Speaks, the man's tone shifted. In a voicemail to producers, Antoine's voice was cold and certain. Something ain't right with Natalia. She's the enemy of the house. The Mans accused her of lying, manipulating, and even holding them hostage. Natalia fired back with her own accusations of control, of cruelty, of abuse. Then came January 2025. The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, the final chapter, aired, and with it came revelations that stunned even those who thought they'd heard it all. New interviews, unseen footage, and allegations that the Mans household operated like a cult, with strict control, isolation, and psychological manipulation. Natalia claimed she had once again been trapped in a toxic environment, this time under the guise of rescue. At the center of it all remains one haunting question. How old is Natalia Grace? Forensic age testing, bone density scans, dental analysis can be wildly imprecise, especially in people with growth disorders. That uncertainty gave two families the power to tell two completely different stories and left the world unsure of the truth. As of March 2025, Natalia lives with a new guardian, far from both the Barnetts and the Mans. She is seeking stability, education, and a chance to tell her story without fear. But the scars, physical, emotional, and legal, may never fade. Was Natalia Grace a victim of unimaginable betrayal, or a master manipulator who fooled everyone she met? The truth may never be fully known, but her story forces us to confront a chilling reality. When the system fails, it's the most vulnerable who pay the price. If you want more deep dives into the world's most twisted true crime cases, subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell me in the comments, what do you believe really happened to Natalia Grace? If you want more deep dives into the world's most twisted true crime cases, subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell me in the comments, what do you believe really happened to Natalia Grace?